Hi everyone and welcome to my channel Preeti Speaks. Today we are going to study the first chapter of Water Security Standard 10. So let us start. Unit 1 Water Education, Chapter 1 Environment and Ecosystem. Let's recall. Here you have two questions. What is the meaning of environment? Environment is the conditions in which you live. The second is, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem means all the plants and animals in a particular area considered together with their surroundings. Let us come to the first point, environment. The environment is a balance of biotic, abiotic, geographical and social factors that affect each other. There are limitations to use all these components. If all these factors are used in a balanced manner, natural resources will not be abolished. The interaction between biotic and abiotic elements in the environment and the principles related to the interaction are studied in environmental studies. Our basic needs are food, clothing and shelter. And we are dependent on the environment to get these basic needs. Also, the plants and animals contain various abiotic elements. For example, plants produce food through photosynthesis. Here they use the solar energy. Animals depend on plants for their food, while some animals depend on other animals for their food. Now the original energy which is derived from the sun is transmitted from one element of the environment to the other. Biotic components decomposes after it dies. The resulting substances from this process are mixed with the soil and air. Types of environment. There are two types of environment. The first one is natural environment and the second is man-made environment. In natural environment, there are various factors like water, air, soil, forest, animals, biological elements, climate, atmosphere, etc. It signifies diversity in the natural environment. Such kind of variation is also seen in the structure of natural elements of Maharashtra state. Due to this variation, the Sahyadri in the west, the Deccan Plateau in the middle, the coastal region of Konkan and Vidarbha Khandesh are some of the natural structures observed in Maharashtra. The second is man-made environment. Humans have made radical changes in the natural environment on the strength of their intellect, such as settlement of human lives, transportation by various means like roads, airways, waterways, railways, etc., along with industrial development and establishments of industries which are going on rapidly. All these are man-made elements on the earth. It is known as man-made environment. The next point is ecosystem. Now we have seen what is ecosystem, the relationship between biotic and abiotic elements and their interaction between each other. Relationships between the different elements like specific locality, area, size, climate, topography, rock, land, water, flow system, etc. responsible to define the types of ecosystem, such as land ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. Even a small watershed or lake can be an ecosystem. Now let us study the land ecosystem first. Currently, The forest ecosystem covers about 9.4% of the total surface area of the earth, that is about 30% of the total land. Forests provide natural shelter for living beings. Forests regulate the water cycle and protect the land surface. Forests meet human needs, for example, wood, medicinal plants, honey, etc. Evergreen forests, semi-evergreen forests, deciduous forests, rainforests, tropical forests are included in this type of ecosystem. There are various types of forests in Maharashtra. Let us study some of them. The first one is evergreen forest, which covers about 20.1% of the area of Maharashtra. Evergreen forests are found in areas with abundant rainfall, that is about 360 to 600 centimeters. Trees found in this type of forest are evergreen throughout the seasons. Such forests are seen on the ghats at Mahabaleshwar, Matheran, Bhimashankar, Khandala and western slopes of Sahyadri. Hirda, Jambul, Mango, Bhel, Khair, Rita, Anjan are some of the trees which appear in evergreen forest. The second type is semi-evergreen forest, which covers about 7.73 area of Maharashtra. The lower regions of evergreen forest where rainfall is slightly lower, that is up to 200 to 360 centimeters, and the temperature is slightly higher. Partially evergreen forests are seen in this region are called as semi-evergreen forest. Few parts of the western slope of the Sahyadri is covered by this type of forest. Ain, Kinjal, Behda, etc. trees are found in this type of forest. The next type is wet deciduous forest, which covers about 29.84 area of Maharashtra. Wet deciduous forests are found on mountain slopes and in some places even on the surface with very little rainfall. It needs about 150 to 200 centimeters of rainfall and a high temperature. Trees like teak, shisam, savar, kalam, shirish, etc. found in this forest, which are very useful trees. The next part is dry deciduous forest, and it covers about 57.41% of the area of Maharashtra. Dry deciduous forests are the forests where leafless, dry stems of all trees or shrubs are seen in the region with rare rainfall and highest temperatures. Tivas, Amla, Shendri, Palas, Dhaman, Temburni, etc. trees are found in these forests. And the last type of forest are the Khajan forest, which are found along the bay. The forests observed in the wetland and muddy regions along the Bay of Konkan region are known as Khajan forests. They are also known as mangrove forest. The trees in this forest are Tivar, Ambeti, Kajla, Samudrafal, etc. Now let us come to the aquatic ecosystem. There are two main types of ecosystems. One is fresh water and the next is salt water. Again, the freshwater ecosystem is classified into stagnant water ecosystem and flowing water ecosystem. In stagnant water ecosystem, that is in ponds and lakes, and flowing water, that means river. Various components of the ecosystem interacts by water, carries nutrients and is further used by organisms in the ecosystem. Biodiversity in these aquatic ecosystems depend on natural characteristics of the water depth, cleanliness, alkalinity, temperature, light, amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide gases, flow speed, various substances in the water, etc. This ecosystem is habitat to an aquatic life. This ecosystem includes marine environment as well as water systems such as lakes, rivers, ponds and wetlands. These ecosystems provide abundant natural resources to human beings. Water for the environment. To keep the work of ecosystem uninterrupted, rivers, ponds, bays, wetlands, etc., water resources play an important role. Local wildlife, agriculture, irrigation, fishing, timber production, beekeeping, etc. depend on these water resources. So all the occupations in the area depend upon the water sources. The water sources and their associated terrain provide food, clothing and shelter to mankind living there. Therefore, it is necessary to save separate amount of water for the ecosystem as an alternative to the environment. If we want the ecosystems to go on, there should be water. And suppose sometimes there is no water, some alternative should be there. In order to keep the water dependent elements of the environment and processes in the ecosystem uninterrupted, small amount of water is deliberately kept separate from the available water sources. It is called water for the environment. So, a small amount of water is kept separate so that the ecosystems keep on running. This water is known as water for the environment. Correlation between ecosystem and water. For the development of aquatic ecosystems and land ecosystems, water is essential factor. In the land ecosystem, grasslands and deserts are included. The forest ecosystem covers about 30% of the land. There are two types of aquatic ecosystems, freshwater and saline water. These ecosystems fulfill the physical needs of human beings. But water is essential for the overall development of this ecosystem. Without water, nutrients cannot be transported. Since biodiversity is dependent on water, water and ecosystems are interdependent and closely linked. Balanced use and conservation of water in ecosystem. So if we want all the ecosystem to be functioning, water is useful. Now once upon a time, rivers and streams were flowing throughout the year. Today, however, we see that rivers and streams dry immediately after the monsoon and the ecosystems are endangered. We keep on pumping water from the river. Therefore, to keep the ecosystem alive, everyone should use water sparingly by pumping minimum amount of water. In order to keep on the ecosystem flowing on, we have to save water. In short, there is a need to keep a lot of water flowing in water resources through water protection and water conservation. Water plays an important role for the environment. Water for the environment is in the rivers, streams and also in restoring natural flows linked to wetlands. All living beings are provided with enough water at the essential stages, so they don't have shortage of food. Hence, they continue their reproduction and growth cycle. This water plays a major role in maintaining the health of rivers and wetland regions. So, it supports the ecosystem which depends on them. So friends, we have studied in this lesson about the ecosystem, environment, biotic and abiotic components which are dependent on water. So water is the main source and which we have to use sparingly. Now let us study the exercise of this lesson. I will send you the question answers in my next video. Thank you.